Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a full body flow. So let's get started in child's pose. You're going to come onto your knees. You can either have the knees together or wide apart, toes touching, big toes touching, and then just kind of sink your hips side to side a few times while you walk those fingertips forward and start to relax your chest down towards the ground. You can bring your forehead to the earth, or you can turn onto one side and bring one of your temples to the ground. Let's start to check in with the breath this morning. Let your belly relax here. By the way, my name is Shari. If it's your first time here, welcome to you. I make videos about living well and with intention. I'm so happy you are here. Let's take a nice long inhale and a big exhale. Lovely. A couple more rounds of breath here in our child's pose. I hope that your day is going well for you. And if it's not, that's a beautiful time to reset, so that on the other side of this practice, we can carry on with a fresh perspective. Just knowing that we're taking this time for ourselves is a special thing indeed. From our child's pose, we are going to make our way into a pigeon pose. So start to walk those hands back up towards you. Let's come into our tabletop. And then let's just slide our left knee up towards the top left corner of the mat. And then sitting off to one side, and then just scooch that left foot as far up to the front of the mat as it's willing to go. And then roll your right hip back down towards the ground. Straighten out that back leg. Inhale, let's lift the heart here. Let's take a couple breaths. We're going to let gravity start to sink our hips down towards the mat. And then we're going to create this lift and this length in a gentle back bend here. Now, I have a whole video all about pigeon pose, so check it out. It breaks down everything you need to know to make this pose really make sense for you and your body. I'm going to give you all kinds of adjustments that you can make, so I will link it down below. And then whenever you're ready, if you would like, you can come onto your hands or maybe your forearms or maybe yoga blocks if that is where you're at today. And then just take the gaze forward so the neck stays long, and keep those shoulders super duper relaxed as you allow gravity to do all the work here. Sinking that left hip down towards the ground. It may or may not touch, no worries. Let's dive back into the breath. Nice long inhales, big exhales. A few more rounds of breath here. Lovely. Take one more full round of breath. Super deep hip opener here to start our practice today. And then we'll make our way up onto our hands, and we're just going to come through a little bit of a tabletop here as we sweep this left leg behind us and shake it out. It might be a little tender, so take your time. You can take hip circles here. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to do the other side. Right knee is going to slide up towards the top right corner of our mats. And then sit off to one side, walk that right foot up, 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 and then come back over. Straighten out the back leg and foot. And then on an inhale, lift your heart and then let that right hip sink down towards the ground. You really want to try to roll your left hip bone forward so that your pelvis is straight here. Soft shoulders. Big back bend to start out. And then on an exhale, maybe sink down onto forearms or hands. And just be patient with your body and yourself here. It's a lot of big sensation that might be going on in your hip and glute right now, so dive into your breath. See if you can relax any other part of the body, forehead, eyes, jaw, tongue. Stay present. One more big breath. On an inhale, come up onto those hands. Exhale, right leg sweeps behind. Shake it out, circle it out. And then from here, we're going to come into our tabletop, hips over knees, shoulders over wrists, spreading fingers wide. And then on an inhale, you're going to lift your heart, flip your tailbone up as well. And then exhale, let's round into the upper back. Let the crown of the head relax towards the ground. And again, inhaling. Beautiful arch in the spine. Exhaling, rounding the upper back. Suck your belly button in. A few more rounds. Maybe close your eyes. Two more. Wonderful. Come through your neutral tabletop. We're going to make our way into our first downward facing dog. Curling toes under to start, spreading fingers wide. You're going to lift the hips up and press the tops of your thigh bones towards the back of your mat. You can keep your knees really bent to start. See if you can relax your shoulders away from your ears, and then maybe start to relax your heels down to the ground one at a time. We're going to take a few moments to feel into our downward facing dog. This might be your first one of the day. It's definitely my first one of the day. So focus on straightening the spine, really lifting and sending that tailbone up as high as you can. Legs going straight is the last thing that can happen here, and it's not necessary at all. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Just try to create a lot of lift in your upper body, lifting up and out of those armpits. Pressing the mat away from you firmly with all of your fingertips, knuckles, and your palms. Gorgeous. Inhale, look forward. Let's just walk our way to the top of our mats. Let's bring those feet hips width apart or wider. We're going to come into our standing forward bend here. So you can bend your knees a little or a lot, and then just start to relax the crown of your head down towards the ground. Your hands may or may not touch the ground, but you can also just grab a hold of opposite elbows or grab behind your calves. Wherever you are, head is heavy like a bowling ball. Maybe you start to straighten out through your legs. And if you are holding on to those elbows, it feels really nice just to sway your upper body slowly from side to side. This is a big hamstring stretch here, and also an upper back and neck release. Big breaths. Beautiful. We're going to make our way into a version of a standing forward bend that is a low back release. So release your fingertips down towards the ground. Feet hips width apart. I want you to bend your knees a lot. You're going to bring your belly over the tops of your thighs, and then once again, relax everything down towards the ground. And this is a lot more targeted now on the low back. Couple more breaths here. Beautiful. Keep the deep bend in the knees, and then you're just going to start to roll up to standing. And we're just going to come up real slow. Let your hands be heavy. Let your arms dangle. Your head's going to be the very last thing to rise. As we straighten up through those legs, roll the shoulders down the back, and then we lift the chin. Keep the eyes closed here. And then turn the palms to face forward, lift your chest, and then just start to feel into your feet. Big breaths. I want you to press down through your feet. I want you to firm up through your low belly and actively lift your chest as you roll your shoulders down your back. Tadasana, mountain pose. Big breaths here. If you'd like, you can start to blink eyes open. Feeling tall, feeling powerful and grounded. Gorgeous. On an inhale, we're going to take arms up and overhead. You're going to grab a wrist and you're just going to take a side bend. You're going to pull that wrist across the body for a deep side bend stretch here. 2 breaths. Inhale, we come to center. Go ahead, grab that other wrist, switch. You can press your hips out to the side too if that feels good. Beautiful. Inhale, lift the heart. Let's bend the elbows, lean back cactus. Big upper back strengthening move here. Gaze is up to the ceiling. And then we're going to move into a few versions of sun salutation. Inhale, let's reach those arms up and overhead, look up. Exhale, bend at the waist as you fold down towards the ground. Beautiful. Inhale, we'll take a half rise. You can be on fingertips or fingertips to shins, flat back looking forward. Exhale, right foot is going to step back, knee releases down to the ground for a low lunge. Lift your heart here. Let's take 2 breaths in our first round. Sink the hip down for a hip flexor stretch. Very nice. Looking down, we're going to plant the hands at the front of the mat, and you're going to step your left foot back, and we're going to come through a plank on our knees. Gazing forward, firm up your low belly. I want you to bend your elbows, keep your booty high up in the air, bring your chest and chin to the ground, and then inhale. Pull your heart forward, roll your shoulders down your back, baby cobra. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Let's take an extra breath here. And then from here, you can come through tabletop or come through plank, downward facing dog. 3 gorgeous breaths in your down dog. Let your head be heavy, gaze is in between the ankles. Beautiful. Looking forward, you're going to step your right foot in between your hands. You can come through your knees to do so. And let's take our low lunge on the other side. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Couple of breaths. Big stretch in the front of that left hip and thigh. Fantastic. Inhaling, curl the back toes under, lift the knee, and then step up top of the mat. Feet hips width apart. Inhale, half rise once again. Look forward. Exhale, folding. Inhale, reach those arms up and overhead. Come to standing. Lift the heart, soft back bend here. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. Very nice. Let's take a big sighing breath here. Inhaling through your nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Release the palms to face forward, Tadasana, mountain pose. Again, take an inhale here. Sigh it out. Let's flow again. Inhale, arms reach up. Soft back bend. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, half rise, gazing forward. Exhale, right foot steps back, drop the knee. Inhale, let's reach the arms up and overhead. Beautiful low lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, top of a plank this time. Beautiful. Let's lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, find your cobra, lift your heart, relax your shoulders, press into those hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. 3 breaths. Inhale, let's reach the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands, drop the back knee. Inhale, reach the arms up, lift the heart, look up. Exhale, release the hands, lift the back knee, step up top of the mat. Inhaling, half rise, look forward. Exhale, fold it out, head is heavy. Beautiful. Inhale, arms reach up, bend the knees as you press into the feet. Lifting tall. Exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. Very nice. Big breath here. Exhale, release the palms to face forward. Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a breath here. Gorgeous. Let's take one different variation this time. Inhaling, arms are going to reach up. Exhale, swan dive, forward bend. Inhaling, half rise, look forward. Exhale, step back, top of a plank. No lunge this time. And then let's take a chaturanga. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower all the way down. Beautiful. Inhale, find your cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You got it. 3 big breaths here. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, let's step that right foot in between the hands. And then we're gonna come up through this high lunge. So bring your hands to your waist, start to lift up tall, and we're gonna make our way into our warrior 3 pose. So from here, you're just gonna start to drag your left tippy toes up, 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 until you can start to hinge forward at your hip points. And then see if you can start to float those hip points towards the ground as you float the back foot up. Now you can have your arms wide, airplane, hands to prayer at heart center. And then think about rolling that left hip bone down towards the ground and then lifting up through that left butt cheek and press, press, press that left foot back against an imaginary wall behind you. Gaze is forward, strengthen the core, breathe, breathe, breathe. Really working that right glute. Standing leg is working, working, working. You guys are doing amazing. Stick with it. Breathe. And then inhale, come all the way up to standing. Woo, shake it out. Nice job. From here, we're gonna go straight into the other side. Step your right foot back so you're back in that high lunge. Bend into that front knee to start. And then start to lean your weight forward. You need to start to drag those toes up, up, up. Now you might stay here with the toe on the ground. That is perfect. You can play with your balance, or you can just start to hinge forward, rolling this right hip bone down towards the ground, flexing that right glute to lift the leg even higher. Find your hand placement. Breathe. Warrior 3, strong standing pose. If you lose your balance, just come back in. Beautiful. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Set the foot down, shake it out. Beautiful. Let's flow to get back down to the mat, feet flat, hips width apart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, step it back. Final vinyasa if you want to take it, knees up or down, up to you. Come through your downward facing dog. Let's take a cleansing breath here. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, let it go. One more. Beautiful. Drop the knees. Go ahead, sit back and sit off to one side. Let's bring the legs out in front of us. We're gonna come into our final stretch here. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, and then scoot your booty up, 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 as close to your heels as possible. Lovely. Inhale, lift your heart. Nice, super duper flat back here. Exhale, fold forward from your hip points. Keep your back flat. Reach your heart and your nose forward. You should really feel this in your hips, your groin, your glutes. Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Breathe. Start to slow down the breath. Slow down the heart rate. You guys did amazing. Couple more breaths here. Beautiful. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, come to an easy seat. Maybe legs crisscrossed or even staying in that butterfly or diamond shape. Let's lift the heart, sit nice and tall here. Close your eyes and just take a moment. Thank yourself for taking the time to care for your body. Taking the time to connect with yourself. Let's take one more big breath together. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Whenever you're ready, gently blink those eyes open. Take your time. If your body needs more, I've got a strengthening video that you are welcome to watch. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Wishing you health, wealth, and wisdom. Until the next time, bye.